Whenever we analyze the living conditions of any region, then we firstly look at the standard of living, cost of living, amount of opportunities it has in present, and what it will provide in the future. These are some of the basic areas on which we focus to measure the quality of life in a region, or on a larger scale, we analyze these areas to understand the standard or quality of living in a particular country. Now, the Economist Intelligence Unit, which is the research and analysis division of Economist Group, has provided an index also known as Where to Be Born Index, which helps in measuring which country will provide the best opportunities for a healthy, safe and prosperous life in the years ahead. To determine the rank of different countries in Where to Be Born Index, it considers the various quality of life factors along with forecasts of future per capita GDP. The following are the various quality of life factors taken into consideration. Life expectancy. The quality of family life based primarily on divorce rates, political freedoms, unemployment rate, the climate of the region, personal physical security rating, quality of community life, level of corruption, and gender equality. Before we move to the top 10 countries which according to this survey came out as the best countries for quality of life and providing the best opportunities to the people, we will first take a look at the countries which got ranked from 80th to 11th position. So, let's check how different countries performed in this survey. After taking a quick look at the rankings, now, here's the list of top 10 countries with best opportunities and quality of life. At number 10, we have Ireland with a total score of 7.80 out of 10. The life expectancy in Ireland is around 82.35 years. When it comes to divorce rates, it stands at 0.6% a year for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate calculated recently is 5.0% approx. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Ireland has a score of 0.798 and occupies the 7th position in the world. At number 9, it's Canada with a total score of 7.81 out of 10. If we compare this score to Ireland's, then it's only a difference of 0.01 in the final score. The life expectancy in Canada is 82.52 years. In Canada, marriage and divorce information has not been published since 2008, but as per researchers, the divorce rates for 2016 is close to 6 divorces for every 1,000 marriages. The unemployment rate is calculated to be 7.47%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Canada has a score of 0.772 and occupies the 19th position in the world. 8th position goes to the Netherlands with a total score of 7.94 out of 10. The life expectancy in the Netherlands is 82.20 years. The divorce rate is close to 2 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is calculated to be 4.3%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Netherlands has a score of 0.736 and occupies the 38th position in the world. In 7th position, we have Denmark with a score of 7.95. The life expectancy in Denmark is 80.82 years. The divorce rate is 3 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is close to 4.91%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Denmark has a score of 0.782 along with Costa Rica and occupies the 14th position in the world. With a score of 7.99 out of 10, Sweden takes the 6th position. The life expectancy in Sweden is 82.72 years. The divorce rate is 2.4 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is close to 6.48%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Sweden has a score of 0.820 and occupies the 4th position in the world. In 5th position, it's New Zealand with a score of 8.01. The life expectancy in New Zealand is 82.21 years. The divorce rate is 2 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is 4.07%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, New Zealand has a score of 0.799 and occupies the 6th position in the world. In 4th position, we have Singapore with a score of 8.02. The life expectancy in Singapore is 83.53 years. The divorce rate is 1.9 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is 4.11%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, surprisingly Singapore has a score of 0.724 along with the United States, which is low compared to the other countries occupying the top positions, and it's placed in the 54th position in the world. In 3rd position, we have Norway with a score of 8.09. The life expectancy in Norway is 82.33 years. The divorce rate is 1.9 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is 3.35%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Norway has a score of 0.842 and occupies the 2nd position in the world. 2nd position goes to Australia with a score of 8.13. If we compare the score to its neighbor New Zealand, then it's a difference of 0.12. The life expectancy in Australia is 83.35 years. The divorce rate is 2 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is 5.18%, though recently due to COVID-19, there is a sharp rise in the unemployment rate to 7.62%. But we do expect this to recover soon. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Australia has a score of 0.731 and placed in the 44th position in the world. Finally, coming to the country in the 1st position, it's Switzerland with a score of 8.39. Now that's a score difference of 0.26 when compared to 2nd place Australia. The life expectancy in Switzerland is 83.70 years. The divorce rate is 2 for every 1,000 people. The unemployment rate is 4.58%. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Switzerland has a score of 0.779 and placed in the 18th position in the world. Hopefully, you have found this comparison useful. It would be an immense help if you could support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Thank you and see you soon.